What's up, what's up, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Nikki, and I am back. Y'all, please excuse me. I know my face be looking a little ashy in the morning. I have to moisturize. But y'all, it's still school break, so I didn't have to take my sister to school. But my husband got up to go to work. And I was just laying in the bed and listening to Joel Osteen and reflecting on my life. And yeah, one thing that I have noticed throughout my whole life is that when I didn't give up on something, I didn't fail. Meaning, if it was a job, if it was a project in school, anything, when I worked hard and didn't give up, I didn't fail. I always did good. Examples. I think I was in the 11th grade, and it was this project that we all had to do. It was a literature class, reading class, and it was like Romeo and Juliet. We had to read the story, and then we had to come up with a rap on the story, y'all. And I mean, we had the assignment. We could have worked with people. We could have worked by yourself. However, you chose to do it. You just had to complete the project. Well, I was working at this time. I remember, y'all, I was working. I hadn't had my child. I was working. I came home. I at Wendy's. Wendy's stay open till like 12. So when I used to come home, I used to still be, lit from work and stuff like that. Still, trying to do what I didn't do throughout the day. And I was working on this rap, and I remember in my room, because actually I had another cousin that was staying in the room with me also. But I remember just in the room, just doing the rap, just doing something. I knew I had to turn this project in, so I did it. Y'all, when I turned it in, y'all, when I tell y'all, I was the only one in the classroom that completed the project. The only one. The only one in the classroom to complete the project. I got a good grade just for doing that. Just for completing the project. Regardless of how the rap sound, regardless of how I sounded saying the rap, I got a 100. And then kids in the classroom around me didn't like me, wanted to talk about me, joke about why you ain't tell me you were doing the project? Now they want to join in with me. But as many times as I came in there inside in that classroom, barely had any conversation with anybody. Nobody wanted to talk. There was another time, y'all. And I'm gonna say this time is different. Because this time is also when you have people in your life that just don't want to see you succeed. They want to give you a hard time. They want to give you problems. And I've experienced that too, regardless of what you do. You can't change their mind on how they feel about you. You know what I'm saying? You can only be true to who you are. Being true to who I am at work, the company, actually, it was a lot of people that ended up getting terminated around this time, because you know how it is when companies want to go in a new direction. They want to get rid of people. They want to hire new people and stuff like that. And it seemed like they're making things better when, what a will. That's a whole nother story, but okay. So I had worked at this job. It was for quite a bit, for quite a long time. I actually worked there twice. I worked there, left, moved out of town, came back, worked there again. And I was I was a good worker. I can't say I probably changed from the start of where I was. Um Because sometimes when you feel like you're giving yourself, and you're not really getting anything in return, you're not really seeing it. So I probably did, fall off from who I was when I first started that job. But I still was a liable, a responsible worker. I still was that person that you could trust. And so, like I said, the company, district manager really didn't like me. I mean, I guess I'm not just this sociable person. I'm not that kiss butt type of person. You come around, I just want to see, hey, how you doing? All this other stuff. I treat people just like they treat me. You a normal person just like I am. Hey, how you doing? And then hey, how you doing? If they choose to, whatever, whatever. But this particular manager, district manager, um she wasn't like that. She was like, she didn't like nobody in the building but the store manager, really, probably the managers, and that's it. So the company wanted to go into a new direction, and I come to work one day, and my store manager is telling me that, if I don't change up how I work, that I was gonna lose my job. And so I had this task to complete, pretty much just merchandising, and it was a clothing store. So you have to, rearrange. They want to rearrange the stuff to make the little area look nicer and stuff like that. You put stuff with, whatever it goes and stuff like that. So I had this task to complete, and my store manager knew me. She knew that I knew that job. She knew that I was gonna complete the task. So once I did, I got other people's opinion. They was like, look good, whatever, whatever. So I decided to go to my store manager and go to her and ask her how she felt about the job, about me completing the area that I did. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I went to her, I said, so how you think the area will look? She automatically, like, she was just like, she was like, Nikki, you did a good job. She was like, but this right here, it's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. She was like, you did a good job. There's nothing that I could say. She said, you did a good job. And I just like, okay. Like, well, there's nothing more that I could do. And then even after that, the district manager, of course, wanted to see. So she took pictures, sent it to the lady, showed her what I did and everything. And, of course, I ended up still getting terminated simply because it wasn't because of my work ethic. It was just because the person did not no longer want me to work for them. That's it. That's all. And honestly, when I did get terminated, y'all, when she asked me for those keys, because I was a manager at that time, but when she asked me for those keys back, I just gave it to her. What I'm finna fuss? I can't fuss. I ain't finna fight with you. None of that. I'm still gonna come up here and shop. I'm still gonna, do whatever it is that I need to do. But I did not let how other people felt or how that DM felt about me discourage me from the person who I really am. I still completed my task, and I still completed the job, and I still did it correctly. But y'all, when I tell y'all, when I gave them keys back and I left that job, I never looked back, because I felt like my time there was done. Regardless, my time was done. I had completed everything that God wanted me to complete. I had done in that time. And now I'm starting to look at things, even as I talk, that sometimes you can do a job well done, you get praised, and you may move forward in that area. But sometimes, even if you do a good job, if it's not for you, it's not going to last. It's not. It's not going to work out. Everything's still going to go sour regardless of who your manager is. You still going to be looked at as the person that they do not want around them, that they do not want to work for them. So you can't change every situation. You can't change who you is because of what somebody else may not like about you. If you honestly know deep down inside that you're doing the best to your ability and you're not doing nothing wrong, nothing malicious, and you still get treated a certain way, or you still end up getting terminated from your job or anything like that, then it's just, that means time is up. Regardless of whether you want to move or not, the time is up. God got you. Keep moving. Keep moving. All my situations did not end and I came out on top. No. Not every negative situation, just like I said, I end up still, even though I did do my job right, I still ended up losing my job. Simply because of someone else and how they felt about me. It wasn't my work ethic. It was how they felt. At school, I still had the same work. I still had the same work ethic. No matter the situations, I still tried to complete that task, and I still turned it in, and I was the only one. I ended up doing good. You know what I'm saying? I ended up in a good position in that situation, but not in others. You know what I'm saying? And as you get older, I would say, people say being young is kind of hard, but being an adult is something totally different. When you're grown and you have control over, well, you think you got control over where you work at and all this other stuff, people are still gonna just, adults are the most immature, I could tell you. People always say it's always somebody at the job that causes problems or something like that. But little do you know, it could be that same person that you talking to that's the person that's causing the problems. Simply because sometimes people don't want you to do better than them because they don't want you to outshine them. Or they just don't want you to do good. That's just people. That's how people are. And I've learned that, y'all. And when I tell y'all, regardless of anything, if it's something worth fighting for, I'll fight for it. But if it ain't worth it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna fight for something that is not worth my time. When I know where I'm heading and where I want to go. And I do know that the only way that I am a loser is if I quit. Nothing that I've wanted, that I received, I've never gave up on it, even in hard times. That I wanted, that I felt like was really for me. I never gave up on it in hard times. I still would complete and try to be the best version of me that I can be in hard times. And we have to learn that. You got to be the best version of yourself, regardless of any situation. Don't lack on who you is because of what the next person don't like or may like, just don't want you to succeed. Like, this world is it's crazy, and it's getting crazier, and things are not getting easier. They're not getting easier. But I do say If it wasn't for God, if it wasn't my faith that I have in God, then I would have gave up a long time ago. But somehow, even when I wasn't just this praying person. I always knew that God had me, and He still got me to this day, y'all. So I really had to come on here today. It was just about not giving up on yourself, and it's about hard work and dedication. Because when you work hard and you're dedicated to whatever it is that you do, you're gonna succeed regardless. You're gonna prevail, even if you got somebody over you watching you and want you to fail. You still gonna do good. You still gonna see that you're gonna do good. Maybe it's not good enough for them, but you still did your part. And if it don't work out, then that means that situation just ain't for you. Move on. Move on. Give it to God. I promise you. Where you end up at, that's the place you're supposed to be. Y'all, 2026 is, well, a day away. Today the 30th, December 30th. And I'm just looking forward to the difference in me that's gonna combine with the person that I already was. The good traits. I'm letting go of the bad. But the good traits, I'm combining them with the person that I'm becoming. And I'm letting God take over. I'm letting God take me wherever it is that He want me to go. And I'm in position and I'm ready. I have nothing else on my plate that will come before what He wants for me, what He has for me. Nothing else. And I pray that you guys, that you also, if you listening to me, if you listen to my videos, y'all, it's all motivation. I want y'all to use my bad experiences to motivate you to do better in your life and to not be a nasty person. Sometimes we may fall in the trap because we be around it. Because it's easy to start acting like other people that you're around. But you have to have a strong mind and self-respect for yourself, self-esteem, and confidence, and knowing who you are and not being like people that's around you. So, y'all, 2026, let's make these New Year's resolutions. Let's do what it is that we need to do to reach these goals, to put God in our life. That's number one. That's number one. That's number one. Make sure you got God in your life and succeed and just make these goals and reach them. Because that's what life is really all about, y'all. It's really not as hard as we make it, but we're gonna see through it. We're gonna see through it. We're gonna get through it, y'all. So y'all, that was my message for today. See it through, baby. See it through. You gotta see it through. Gotta see it through. Y'all, like, comment, and subscribe on my videos. Like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Help a sister out. This is part of me stepping out of my box, y'all. On being the person that I really want to be, because I love motivating people and helping people, being a listening ear, a shoulder to lean on. Whatever I need to do, that's what, for God, I am stepping into that. I don't want to just, we're having a great day today. Can I take your order, please? No, I don't want to just do that. I want to succeed. I want to do what God has for me. And that's what I'm stepping into. So y'all have an awesome day. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Y'all, we need to do these New Year's resolution. Maybe I'll come on here and make a video write down some goals and talk to you guys like that, and see what we can get together and write down, and so we can accomplish them together in 2026. We got some work to do. Y'all have an awesome day. New Year's Eve. Well, the day before New Year's Eve, but y'all, 2026 is right around the corner. Y'all have an awesome day. Again.